Hey everyone, this is Tim from Circuitous Effects, and I thought I'd show you what I've been up to with Enclosure Pro since I released the first version a few weeks ago. By the way, it's amazing to see that Enclosure Pro has been downloaded nearly 300 times now. It really inspires me to keep adding features that will hopefully make our drill hole planning process easier and smoother, definitely smoother than using a ruler and calipers on a real-life enclosure. In fact, if you ever find a bug or want to request a new feature, all you have to do is go up to the app menu, go down to feedback, and it will load a form where you can submit a bug report, a feature request, or even an issue with the documentation. Okay, so probably the most important change to the application is the components menu. As you can see, it's now full of several submenus, and it gives you a count of how many components are in each submenu. These submenus are basically just categories, and you can go into them just like you would any other application and choose the component that you want. Let me go ahead and choose a 16mm potentiometer, which of course is a 7mm drill hole. Now, in the previous version, if you wanted to get another one of these components, you'd have to go back to the components menu, find it, and of course, place it onto the screen. But I've added a feature now where if you have a selected component, you can right-click on it and get a context menu. It allows you to duplicate, as you can see here, which makes the process so much easier and quicker. It also allows you to rotate, which doesn't matter much for circles, but I'll show you why it's important in a moment. And by default, all regular components are set to print or export. But if you don't want them to print or export, you can actually turn that option off. Another category that I've added to the components menu is the footprint guides. Footprint guides basically will give you the real measurements of the component so that you can plan where on your enclosure you want to put the drill holes. So for instance, I have some 7mm holes here, which are equivalent to the holes needed for a 16mm potentiometer. So if I go into footprint guides, into potentiometers, and choose a 16mm potentiometer, I can then drag that behind the drill hole, and it'll show me how much space I actually need for that component. So let me duplicate that, place it behind this one. Now, like I said, by default, regular components will print or export, but footprint guides will not. So if I go to print, you'll see that all we get are the drill hole markers, okay? But I can actually select that footprint guide, right-click, and if I do want to print it, I can change that option. So if we go to print, the guides will print out as well. You may also notice that I've changed the print preview window a little bit. I give you some instructions for ensuring that you're printing 100% sized enclosures so that they'll fit on your real enclosures without any problems. It will try to print enclosures that are bigger than A4 or letter size paper, but I highly recommend that you export it as a PDF first, and then you can choose different paper sizes when you go to print those enclosures. So I talked about the rotate option. There are some footprint guides where this actually matters. So let's go ahead and add, for instance, an SPST toggle. This will give us the internal space that switch requires. Let's go ahead and add the drill hole size over it. All right, so this is with the switch positioned vertically on your vertical enclosure. Of course, that's the typical way most people might do it, but if for some reason you do need to rotate it to try to place it that way, that's totally fine as well. And when you rotate the enclosure, it actually retains the orientation of your switches. So you'll see that this is still horizontal on a vertical layout, but it's no longer horizontal on the horizontal layout. But we can, of course, always rotate this as well. And you can see that we now have a horizontal single pull, single throw switch. So let me rotate this back, and it retains that orientation. Some other tweaks and changes are coming for the next version as well, which I'm hoping to release within the next week or so. Super excited about it. I really do hope you're using and enjoying this app. If you are, I'd love for you to use the app menu, go down to support this app, which will load a web page where you can donate money. Even $1 helps. I've got a day job. It's hard to find time and energy to do all of this stuff. So if you guys are really using this and it's helping you out, please show your support by donating. Let me know if you've used Enclosure Pro in the comments, and I'll catch you next time.